Hello, this is Scott, and we are solving puzzles at Grandmaster Puzzles at gmpuzzles.com. This week is Star Battle Week, so we have been tackling some Star Battle puzzles all week long. They're gradually getting a little bit harder. So let's take a look at today's puzzle. So today is by Ashish Kumar. It is rated 3.5 stars out of 5. And let's take a look at it. If it opens. There we go. So, the rules of a Star Battle puzzle, if you have forgotten, are that we want to put 2 stars in every row, in every column, in every region, such that they do not touch, not even diagonally. So, this puzzle has a nice theme. It's got these S shapes. And one thing I love about puzzle that has a nice theme like this is that it often dictates the way we solve it. And so the very first thing that we notice in this puzzle is we've got these little areas that jut into the S's. And if they had a star in them, we wouldn't have room to do a second, or to have 2 stars. So that means we can put a mark here, and we can do that on every single one of those locations on all 4 of the S's. So that's a good start. Next place I would look is this bottom row. We've got this region right here entirely in the bottom row, which means the 2 stars have to be here. So they cannot be in one of these 2 locations. And then this region now has only 2 places where its stars can go. So now we've finished off that column, so we can do that. So pretty easy start so far, not too bad. This column right here only has 5 locations left, so we cannot put a star here, otherwise we'd only have 2 locations left. So that means we can't put one there, and then we can't put one here for the same reason. That makes this region a little bit smaller. So in a P-shaped region like this, we know we can't be in the middle because that would eliminate everything around it. So we can close those off, which means 1 star has to be up here and another star has to be down here. And then we close off the top and the bottom of that. I think that is all of the easy deductions we can make. So we got to go to our more advanced skills. So the thing we want to look at is these 3 columns right here, 7, 8, and 9. So we know that these need to have 6 stars total, 2 in each column. So let's see what's accounted for. In this region, we've got 2 stars. In this region, there's going to be another 2 stars. In this region, we know that there's 1 star. So that's brought us up to 5 already. And then if we look at this region, back that up. In this region, we know that there has to be at least 1 star here. And that takes us to 6. So which means that we've got 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 2 here. So that means that we can mark off all of the other squares in those 3 columns. So those and that one, which means the star is going to end up being here. So that is good. So next thing that we want to do is so we can mark one of these 2 locations. We know that there's going to be 1 star here, which means the other star is going to be in one of those 2 locations. So we can mark to the left of that so we don't cross them both off. And we've got 1 star here, 1 star here, which means 2 stars have to be over here. So we'll mark the middle, just like we did over here. One of the stars is here, and then one of the stars is in one of those 2 locations. Okay, so that was good. What's next? Well, the next step is, I think, a little bit harder than that. So what we do is we look at this top part over here, and we notice that there has to be quite a few stars. Ooh, I must have I missed a place right there. There has to be quite a few stars in this location. So let's ask ourselves, what happens if there's a star right here? Well, that eliminates this one, which means that the 2 stars in this region need to be both on the top. And that eliminates all of these, which means that the second star needs to be right there. But now you'll notice that we've broken the puzzle because we have 3 stars in this column. So if there's a star here, then we're going to have 3 stars here in this column, and we know that can't be. So we're going to back it up just a little bit, and we're going to say, well, there cannot be a star here. So that means there is a star in one of these 2 locations, and there's a star down here, which is going to cross off the rest of that row. Okay, and that limits most of this row. So we know one's going to end up being here, and the other one's going to end up being in one of those 2 spots. So we can surround this star, and we can surround the top and bottom here. And we've eliminated everything except for this star right here in this region. So that's good. If we look at this central region, we've got only 2 locations left. We've got one of these 2, and we've got this one up here, which is going to fix this star. Now this fixes this row, so we can mark the rest of the row, which means a star is going to end up here, and a star is going to end up here. That's going to finish that column, and it actually finishes the region as well, which is a pretty large region, so only 1 space left. So now in the top row, there's only 1 place left that it can go. In the 3rd row, there's only 1 place left it can go. Let's see. In the 2nd column, they got to be in those 2 locations. 3rd row is done, which means we can mark this one. 4th row, there's only 1 spot left. 5th row is done, and 6th row, there's only 1 spot left. And now we just have to finish off this row. I just said row a lot when I meant column, by the way. So this row right here, we can make a mark and then finish it off there. So yeah, some slightly tricky stuff in here, especially in this side of the board with the, I think, a pretty standard column recognition test of seeing how many stars can fit, rather. But then the trickiest part, I think, revolved around this cell right here and realizing that it forces 3 stars into that column. So yeah, fun stuff. And yeah, I would say medium level difficulty. So we will check back in tomorrow and see what the rest of the week has in store for us. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.